All right, what's happening? We're here. We're queer. Get used to it. Okay, guys. This is Tara Devlin. What's going on? Unapologetic liberal talk on the right side of history, decency, dignity, democracy, and humanity. I don't know, the camera looks kind of weird. My guys are filling up the chat room. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you want to hang out in the greatest chat room in American history, please. No theme? What happened? You didn't hear the music? What? You didn't hear the music? Oh, shit. Something is going on. Mic sounds... I might have to start the show again. Mic sounds poorly. I'm hearing, and I don't doubt it, because let's see what's going on. Ah, there we go. Oh, yep, I'm going to have to start the show again. Fucking Ecamm. You know what happened? I did a update. Ecamm updated. And then how's it sound now? So there was no theme. We'll have to do a test. So tell me if it sounds okay. Is it okay now? Still echoey? Fuck my life. Hello. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I hope it's working. Better? Okay. How about... Is it still screwed up sounding? It's good. Okay, good. Thank you, guys. Thank you. How about the music? Can you hear the music? Let's see. I'll play some music. Because I'm going to start the show again, so... No, because you know what happened? It happened again. I did check before I started the show, because I did an update, and everything was fine. All the buttons were where they're supposed to be, but when I started the show, I see that the mic was not connected properly. It's on Ecamm. But I started it. I mean, I checked it. All right, listen if you can hear this. I'll play some music. Yeah. We're gonna have a good show in a minute. As soon as I get the microphone working and the music. Can you hear it? Everybody, can you hear it? No? Or can you only hear me? Singing. Woo, wah, woo. Okay, good. See, I told you. Double duty in the chat room as the producers and the moderators and everything else. All right. Yeah. All right. You hear the music. That means we got a show, and it's coming at ya. Here comes the show. It's coming at ya. We're gonna take it away. Let's have a show. Let's kick these conservatives' ass. Let's go. Yeah. All right. Why don't let's see. Boom, boom. I like this song. Oh, yeah, no, it comes with the Farrago package. So it's public domain. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Ginny Thomas, we're coming for you. We're gonna give some red ass to the liars out there. Let's kick their asses. 'Cause I'm sick of it. I don't know about you, but I'm freaking sick of it. Yeah. I know, I should have been a singer. In another life, maybe I will be, or was, who knows? I could sing all night if you want me to. No, I'm just kidding. God help us. I won't have any patrons then. They'll all flee. All right. I don't even know when to stop the music. because I'm getting into it. All right, stop it. All right, listen. We're going to have a show right now. I'm going to have to start the music again, and then we'll come right back with a actual show with the music that has my my audio cues. You know the drill. On Fridays. And then I can't wait to talk to you guys because we have to process what happened the other day. If you didn't watch the last show, I suggest, or listen to it, please do. But, well, I'll give you a little bit of a background, and I need to discuss it because I've really been fuming for the past couple of days, but thinking about it. So it was very concerning. Okay, let me put the screen up. Be right back.
RDTDaily.com presents a Tarabuster with comedian Tara Devlin.
All right. Hi, everybody. This is Tara Devlin. Unapologetic liberal talk on the right side of history, decency, dignity, democracy, and humanity. And we need it. Yes. We need that. We need more of it because we're up against it. We're up against a lot of troubles. Maybe this will be, this time in American history will be called the Troubles, like they were in Ireland. But okay, let's see. If you can become a patron, please do at patreon.com/Tara Devlin to keep the show going and growing. And I really appreciate all of your support. And we're here every Friday evening so you can come hang out in the greatest chat room in American history. And at youtube.com/see-for-channel/Tarabuster. And yeah, that's it. Keep the show going and growing. So we're on various platforms, everywhere you find podcasts, of course, including Progressive Voices. That's a nice one. That's a nice place to be. And Rokfin. That's a nice place to be, too, I guess. And let's see. What else? All right, whatever. SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher. Do me a favor, give the show a good review on iTunes. And like I said, if you can, support to keep the show going and growing. Otherwise, we meet here every Friday evening at around this time, 8:30ish Eastern Standard Time, in PM. But then we'll do a show or I've only been able to really, I haven't been, I want to do a show every night at a set time, but we haven't gotten there yet. So if you can help that, because we need to. We need a lot. We need the liberal media. Okay, I'm getting very distracted by my own, first of all, my cats and my own thoughts are distracting me. So let's just go let's just get to work, right? All right, so let me breathe. If you didn't watch our last show, it was an interesting one. It was pretty interesting because we had a guest, and I'm not going to beat him up, but I'm going to beat up his ideas a little bit again. He wrote a book called Red, White, and Blind. About the media, and when on further investigation, well, as we were talking, I didn't know he was such a right winger because I was informed he was a Bernie supporter and blah blah blah, and I didn't, so I was unprepared for the just how well, but it was good. I mean, not that I don't really like talking to right wingers. I find them to be
if it's a pointless endeavor. I'll leave that to Tom Hartman. He has less anger issues than I do, but I just don't have any patience for it. And I didn't want to be rude to somebody. It's like you invite somebody to your house, but whatever. Fuck that. I couldn't just let his complete, I don't know, fictitious, whatever the fuck was going on. It was pretty incredible, because this is the thing that really pissed me off. The more we but the more his views came to light, because he was talking about how we should have a balanced media diet, and doing that will help us, because we don't talk to each other, and we should talk to each other. And and I'm of the opinion that it's not how can I talk to somebody who is completely devoid of reality? We can't even agree on reality. All right. They can't. Well, we can agree. We're not living in the unreal world. Okay. They live in a world where the election was stolen. It was not fucking stolen. So, he insisted that there was a high probability it was stolen, but there's no evidence. And then he was talking about electronic voting machines, which had nothing to do. And of course, I am of the opinion, we need to have electronic voting machines with a paper trail, not you know what I'm saying? The electronic, I'm of the opinion, let me rewind that. I am suspect of electronic voting machines, or suspicious of them, and I would encourage and do advocate for having a paper trail, and doing in fact, getting rid of electronic voting machines altogether would be preferable. Okay. And and we know that there's been problems with electronic voting machines for many elections. And then he started bringing all this shit up from the past, and conflating it with Trump's supposed, his concerns about the election, which were two entirely separate issues, because the electronic, what am I saying? I'm just fucking pissed off again. I am. I'm walking around with a knot in my stomach for 2 days now. But the electronic voting machines were not in any of Trump's it's not, he's not arguing that it was electronic voting machine. You know why? And this is, the more I've thought about it too, and I wish I had brought it up, it's because the Republicans like the electronic voting machines. They want electronic voting machines. They just don't like, because they want to be able to corrupt the vote. They want to be able to hack the vote and flip the votes. They want the red shift, which is a curious thing that happens with electronic voting machines whenever there are discrepancies in the vote, the actual vote as opposed to the electronic tablature. Am I saying that correctly? But it always is in favor of the Republicans. So it's something that became known as red shift. There's never a blue shift, but so this is why people like Brad Friedman and his name escapes me again. You guys know who I'm talking about. The guy with the hat. He's been on the show, Greg Palast, and have yeah, they advocate for paper trails and getting rid of electronic voting machines. But to conflate the two issues of electronic voting machines and Trump's bullshit lie about the election being stolen it's completely disingenuous and disgusting, because why are you saving this lie from itself by muddying the waters yet again? And so I said that, I brought it up. Not in none of the lawsuits that the scumbag brought, that the big lying fascist piece of dirt brought, were electronic voting machines an issue. So for you to say the election was stolen on an absolutely groundless basis is bullshit. It's absolute bullshit, and it's it doesn't do us any good as a democracy. Then he was saying that how it's fine. I said, you think it's fine that you could just spread lies? That's how democracies die. There has to be a level of trust, and to continuously lie and say the election was stolen is how you erode part of the way you erode the pillars of democracy. He was like, oh no, I think it's that the big lie should be allowed everywhere. So he doesn't agree with Twitter taking the big lie down, all the platforms censoring the big lie. And I said something about, because he said that, this is what really pissed me off now, in retrospect. Oh man, here comes the music. Hold on. I'll be right back. This is a cliffhanger. All right, we're back. I'm not saying his name right now. You can look at the other show. Just look in the last show, because I'm not trying to beat the guy up, as Tom Hartman would say when he's not here. I'm really beating up his fucking insanity, his ideas. So whatever they are, they're not ideas. It's he clearly is more of a right winger than he wants to either admit to himself or wants us to know. Maybe it plays better that he's he purports to be neutral. This is what sometimes these right wingers do. They'll call up liberal talk shows and say, "Oh, I'm a Democrat," or I used to vote Democrat. They'll usually give themselves away that way. I vote Democrat my whole life. And then you'll have to say, what are you talking about? It's called democratic. But anyway, and somehow that gives them more cred, their ideas more credence or whatnot. But he said that that the democracy should be strong enough to withstand all views or whatever. So I said, it's not view, it's a lie. And I said, so you should just be able to spread the big lie without, with abandon and just go for broke. And he asserted, absolutely, we should be able to, our democracy should be strong enough to withstand the lie. And that is such a bullshit. And I wish I had thought of this. You know how when you later on when you're processing things and you wish you had said this or that. This was the past 2 days, but for me, I thought, it's like saying the often used analogy is that we have freedom of speech, but we don't have the freedom. Freedom comes with responsibility, and you can't yell fire in a crowded theater. So what he is purporting or asking is that it's like saying, yes, your theatrical production should be good enough to withstand people just running in the theater and yelling fire. Regardless of whether it's a lie or not, your play, your movie, your whatever should be that engaging that no one gets out of their seat and runs out of the theater believing your lie. Right? I mean, because that is basically what they're asking, or what he's asserting, or what they think is somehow preserving our freedom. It's not No, you're not. What you're doing, you're not preserving freedom. You are destroying the thing you pretend to want to encourage, or it is, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yes. It's really true, right? Right? Haiku and Ed. I know. I wish I had said that too. I was thinking about it later on. And I was like, that's exactly what it is. How if with freedom comes responsibility. And everybody, and I wish I had said that, not the freedom comes responsibility, but ask him. So with freedom of speech, for example, that means, you can't just yell fire in a crowded theater. Don't you agree? And he would say yes, because everybody agrees, but it's the same thing. So it should just withstand everyone yelling fire in a crowded theater. So your play should be good enough. Your movie, your production should. Oh my God, go away! Oh, here we go. Somebody's doing it again. I guess they must be watching the show. And I don't know how they got my number, but I'm getting another one of those fucking prank calls. It's congratulations. You're annoying. Okay, whatever. I'm sorry. I'm just so it's very concerning that those people are out there, and the incessant lies of the election was stolen. It's only getting worse. Yeah, I can't block the number. It's because it's always a different number, but I can tell that it's that thing because it always comes from supposedly a local number. So it'll say something, Rochester, New York, or such and such town, New York. But it's always whatever, weird. God help me. All right. What else was he saying? There was just so many. The overarching, the concerning, the thing that kept me waking up screaming was that the lies, and it was an example of you can't argue with somebody who is completely immersed in a lie. And he clearly didn't want to see that, he kept saying, I did the research. You did the research on that the coronavirus is a bioweapon. This is what he's saying, right? And then all I had to do was Google, for 5 minutes, saying that the gain of function permit that they received, that the Wuhan lab received, was all of the gain of function permits were put on hold in 2014 while the scientific community came up with ethical standards. And which whatever, and then she say, okay, he didn't believe that or whatever because it was from the New York Times. You see what I mean? And you can't fucking argue with somebody like this. So the New York Times is bad, but Breitbart is good. It's incredible. And so he said, okay, so they received the permit from wherever to do this gain of function research, but neglect the fact that whatever, it wasn't in I guess we have to believe they were doing it without a permit at that point, because everybody's everybody shouldn't be trusted. Everybody's out to get everybody else. And, meanwhile, I'm not saying that doesn't happen, of course, but people are just people. They're going to work. They're doing their research. No one's like, sitting around, rubbing their hands. I'm making a bioweapon and I'm going to release it. And then we're not going to what? Tell anybody because we want a worldwide pandemic. It's incredible. It's incredible. And okay, what was I saying? So, yeah. So the reason he believed that coronavirus was a bioweapon was because there was this permit, but then the whole thing, the whole Trump's association with Russia, the entire thing was a hoax. It was all bullshit. Even though the people, how many companies were indicted and how many people were indicted and went to prison? There were people in fucking prison now because of it. All because of the Steele dossier was bunk. But the Steele dossier has nothing to do with the Mueller report. That's another conflation that the right wing makes all the time. But the Steele dossier was not the impetus for Mueller's investigation. It's oh my God, you see what I mean? It's unfucking real. So, yeah. But this is what we're up against. And then to say you're a liberal. So I suppose he goes on other people's shows. Oh, I'm a liberal. Who's what? Bought the bullshit? No, you're not a liberal. If you're that, I don't know. Okay, let's get off the topic. I just wanted to say that about, yeah, it was, I don't know. I'll have to talk to my shrink about it some more because it was pretty upsetting, only because it is what we're up against. And you notice the other thing is that all of the responsibility was put on us, on liberals, on normal people to somehow see their point of view. I still didn't get an answer from him about, well, where are they meeting Democrats halfway? Huh? Ever? Are they ever saying, oh, let's understand? When you say Black Lives Matter, they don't even say, what does that mean? How can I understand? Why do you want to say that? Why are you in pain or whatever? Right? They don't want to see that. They just say, oh, all lives matter. And I guess you're going to call me racist now. Oh God, I can't. Anyway, all right. Let's get on this. I mean, it really is. It is connected to what we're talking about tonight, which is just the incessant lies of the right wing. And first of all, I want to thank you. Before we keep going, I see Jim. Thank you for your super chat right out of the gate. For some reason, it's not appearing on my screen, but I see it in the chat. And thank you, Richard W., for your super chat. Another great show, Tara. Thank you. I hope so. And thank you, Pookie's mommy. Keep up the good fight, my friends. We will win. Yes, we will. We absolutely will. But Yes, it's going to take unapologetic ass kicking, not kissing, ass kicking, legally and peacefully, without apology. Unapologetic ass kicking without apology. Yeah, why not? Bookend it. And thank you, Terry Taylor, for your super chat. Okay, thank you so much. It helps me emotionally and spiritually, and also practically, and keeps the show going and growing. It really does. And thank you for that cute little emoji. Good job. Okay, thank you guys. Right. All right. So, and it reminded me, I mean, today, listening to the corporate media, but also in general, reading up about this Ginny Thomas clown. The clown, the arrogance, the lies. They never stop with the fucking lies. They think that we, really, you know what it is? It is the mark of sociopathy. That's what sociopaths do, and narcissists, and they will lie to your face, and they don't have. Yeah, that's what Trump does, of course. Even they could have their hand in the cookie jar, and you could say, "I see your hand. I see you stealing cookies," and they'll say, "I'm not stealing cookies," with the cookie crumbs all over their face, with the hand in the cookie jar. No one's stealing cookies. You're stealing cookies. That's a sociopath. Okay. And that's a narcissist. That's them. That's Ginny Thomas. For her to think that we are stupid enough to believe that she doesn't discuss with her hubby / best friend. Could you imagine those two in the sack? Oh, thanks for the nightmares, Ginny. Do they have kids? No, right? But her and Uncle Clarence, that she doesn't talk to her best friend about her point of view, about her political points of view, when it's such a part of her life, is it's hard to believe. Of course, but that's what they are. They are liars. They are filth. You see? It's like perjury traitor Green. She gets up on the stand under oath and lies, just nonstop lies. And then when she's caught in lies, and they say, well, hey, let's go to the tape. And she goes, well, wait a minute. I got to come up with another lie now. But because it's part of the cult mentality. The ends justify the means. Of course, that's why Samuel Alito and Roberts and what's his face? I like beer. Justice I like beer. And the rest of them, all of the corrupt flunkies who have absolutely no honor, who Moscow Mitch McConnell invited to a coup to corrupt the Supreme Court, and they said, yes, hell yes, sign me up. They all sat in front of the American people, and the senators who were charged to confirm them, advise and consent. They don't have to vote for them, but lied to their faces under oath and said, yes, I stare decisis. This is settled precedent upon precedent. That's what Justice I Like Beer said. Bunch of filth, bunch of liars, and the ends justify the means. And I don't know. I mean, we go over it all the time, but the fact is they fucking hate babies. They hate life. And if they really wanted life and liked life, they would vote or leave abortion legal and, encourage laws that actually reduce the abortion rate, like health care, living wages, all of the things that the dishonorable scum on the Supreme Court, the conservative monsters, that they consistently vote against. They always kiss up and kick down. That's the nature of the court, especially when conservatives are in the majority. But here's Ginny Thomas talking about how she loves Trump.
I'm happy to be here, but my husband told me that the president asked about me twice, so I'm wearing my Trump button. We need to... Hey, it is the time to be behind whoever is our president, because there's a war for our country and the things that we believe in going on.
You're a fucking kook, bitch. Will these kooks will they just secede already? I'm sick of them. So you're going to tell me that the president asked about her, and at this time she's talking about the con man who received fewer votes 2 times, and she doesn't talk to her best friend / hubby, Uncle Clarence, about politics, but she's wearing her Trump button. And what are you talking about? The president asked for you? And then Uncle Clarence ran home and said, Ginny, guess who asked for you? Oh, well, let's not talk about politics, though.
I am happy to be here, but my husband told me that the president asked about me twice, so...
You bitch. Unfucking real. These Republicans are dishonorable filth. They are liars. And when the fact is, Ginny Thomas says she still believes the election was stolen with zero evidence, like my last guest. My God, help me. My name is Tara Devlin. And no, don't help me about that. But it's the fringe is now, in the house. It's in the house. It's taken over. They're not only whittling away at the pillars of democracy from the outside, they're in the foundation. They're all throughout the walls, the rafters. And they got to be stopped. They have to be stopped. If we don't win the midterm elections, it's done. What do you think they're going to do? They have zero honor. They have zero desire to do anything to promote the general welfare. You understand that. You know that. They don't want to have a functioning democracy. They especially don't want to have a functioning multiracial democratic republic that works for more than just the 1%. They will continue to divide this country, divide and conquer it until it's done. And then all the while we're watching what's going on, with clear eyes, and we'll be inundated with, why can't we just get along? Why can't we just... the other thing that the last guest was saying, that how we liberals, how Hillary Clinton, who's not a liberal, but we try to invalidate Trump from as if, okay, from the word go. Obama, wins 2 landslide elections. We've endured Republicans attacking this country from all sides, attacking Obama, attacking from the night of his inauguration, vowing to not do a damn thing to help the American people in the midst of a financial crisis where the America was losing 750,000 jobs a month under the inept unfit Republican governance, as it always does. You know, they always leave a smoldering ruin. But it's like any mob family. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen The Sopranos. That's what it's like when the guy who he owns an electronics store, and he's a degenerate gambler, and he borrows money from Tony, and then they have to he has to allow Tony to a piece of his business as a payment, and then they come in and they run up the debt, and they basically ruin his business and steal everything, and by the time they're done, it's just an empty husk of a store, and but they make off like bandits, and because that's what they are. That's the Republicans. That's what they do. But Obama the Republicans couldn't even shake his hand without political consequences, right? Remember when Obama went to Texas? What was that woman, the one who stuck her finger in his face? Let's see. I bet you I could find it right now. Obama, Texas. Was it Texas? Finger. I bet you if I just do finger in face. She wags her finger at him. There it is. Comes right up. Jan Brewer. Yes. Jan Brewer, Arizona. Oh, no, it was not. It was Arizona, not Texas. Arizona Governor Jan Brewer came to greet the President Obama outside of Phoenix on Wednesday. What she got was a critique of her book. Look. See? And that became a big, she fundraised off of that. Because that's what you had to do. You had to be like, you're a Muslim. You're not born in America. You're trying to kill America. You hate America. You hung out with terrorists. You're, all this other fucking bullshit that we always have to endure from these slithering ghouls, these bottom-feeding trolls who have nothing to offer. They have nothing to offer except more division, hate. As long as everybody gets in their place, though, that's what I mean. And the other thing, here, okay, I know I'm all over the place, but that's a Tarabuster. But how, when my guest was on, I asked, are Mexicans rapists? Right? It's unbelievable, right? I mean, these are the lies that we had to endure. And because he was insisting that Trump isn't a fascist. Of course he's a fascist. You don't come down an escalator as you announce your campaign calling a minority group, telling your assholes that a minority group is out to get them. That's only one example. But this is what we have to endure. But Republicans, this is the way they are. Do you show me a comparable Democratic or anyone on the Democratic side behaving like that? As you see right now, what's going on in Florida, and I hope the people in Florida are getting through. It's horrible, especially the normal people are getting, the other ones, whatever. But you don't see President Biden playing politics with funding. Of course, that's another story as far as DeSantis is concerned, because he's another filthy fascist hypocrite. who only sees the light when something affects him, right? Because we know DeSantis voted against Hurricane Sandy funding. All of a sudden, he sees the light. So here's from the Washington Post. In life, let's see, who wrote this? Aaron Blake. Finally, in a name I can pronounce. In life, there are coincidences, and then there are members of Congress and how they vote. As Florida surveys the damage done by Hurricane Ian and confronts how to recover from it, the New York Times on Thursday ran a piece noting that Governor DeSantis was once quite skeptical of expansive federal disaster relief. Some of his first votes as a member of Congress in 2013 were against bills to help the Northeast recover from Hurricane Sandy. But then he voted for a 2017 bill that included relief funds for his home state amid Hurricane Irma. Now he's in a position of not just asking the federal government for help, but also potentially to enact an expansive aid package of his own. Plenty of others have gone a step further in such observations, pointing to DeSantis's 2013 votes as a sign of hypocrisy. But while there have unquestionably been some thoroughly convenient flip-flops, it's worth taking in the fuller context and what it says about the shifting and malleable politics of the right. Well, whatever. The fact is, they're a bunch of filth hypocrites who, government is just right in the ways it affects them. They're Goldilocks government, and I wish the Democrats would take that and use that too. The size of government is too big, right? This one's too big. That's what Goldilocks said, right? That's what she said. This one's too small. This one's just right because it affects me. That's the way they are. And it's goddamn tedious. Now all of a sudden, he was on Tucker Carlson claiming how, this is not the time to play politics. But it was the time to play politics when the Northeast was trying to recover from Hurricane Sandy, right? Jesus Christ. So, let's see. The GOP movement to question spending on disaster relief began to pick up amid the debate over Hurricane Katrina in 2005. Which, of course, let's not forget, they mismanaged horribly. The Republicans. When I was watching that show on that Apple TV show about what is it called? 5 Days at Memorial, about the hospital in one of the hospitals in during Hurricane Katrina, and I was taken back to that time. Not that I was there. I mean, watching this unfold and watching how horrible the Republicans, the mismanagement of this disaster, how the people of New Orleans were left behind. How they were left to fend for themselves. And then, of course, the racism that it was all because supposedly there was so much looting, and when it was people trying to survive because no one was coming to their aid. And I was remembering that time and thinking about how who votes for Republicans? Who continues to vote for them? This is what you get. You get a complete abdication of any duty or responsibility that we have to each other. You're left to fend for yourself, and then you have Republicans swooping down and saying, you're doing a heck of a job, Brownie, right? When they're doing nothing, taking credit for anything that went right, and then deflecting blame. And there was plenty of the blame to go around for all of the horrors that they inflicted on that state and the people there. But I mean, Republicans cannot govern because they don't want to. They're not trying to govern. They're not trying to make the trains run on time. They're trying to use the trains to get more power. Look at, like, for example, at going back to New Jersey, look at Chris Christie shutting down traffic on the George Washington Bridge. Right? That's what they do. They use people as pawns. And if the trains are running on time, that's because, they haven't figured out a way to manipulate, to use it against their political opponents yet. It's in their best interest to let the trains run on time. They got nothing. In fact, they're probably back in their office figuring out ways to cut money from the from infrastructure and put it in their own pockets or the pockets of their pals. That's it. They're not interested in the grand experiment in liberal democracy. They hate this thing that we're trying to do. That's why from the day the founders declared their independence, they've been trying to undo the American Revolution. They hate this fucking country. Can I explain it any clearer? It's not. They don't even know what it is. They don't even know what democracy is. What we're trying to do here. They hate the secular government that the founders set up. That's why they want to destroy everything that the founders set up and put in their own same old kind of government with God, with rich people at the top and everybody else in a nice hierarchy that doesn't upset the apple cart, where government owes nothing to the people, right? That you don't expect anything of government because it's, what's government's going to do for you? Let's go back to a time where the reason you get out of bed in the morning is to make the rich richer. Your reward will come in heaven. Don't pester your betters. And if God wanted you to be a better, he would have made you one. He made you one of the unwashed masses to toil in the fields. No, you're not in the castle, in the ivory tower. This thing is supposed to be the antidote to that. But everywhere you look, Republicans are reestablishing the same system the founders rebelled against. And all they have are lies. That's it. This is how far we've fallen. And all they have is they have the corruption and the lies. And everything and then they have the lies to excuse the corruption. They don't care. They're under oath or not. Ginny Thomas comes in, no, I don't talk to my best friend husband about politics. And then we have a clip of her. The president's asked about me a few times. Oh, weird. Really? I got my button on, my Trump button. Trump 2020. The election was stolen, except you got no proof. What about the 61 court cases dismissed with prejudice? Excuse me, with prejudice. Meaning, get the fuck out of here with that shit, with your bullshit. It's unreal. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of it. They need this President Biden. If we do not win the midterms, we're in for it. If this country survives, I'd be frankly surprised if we survived as a liberal democracy. Oh, there'll be some form of country, of course, of government, and they'll still be waving the flag, and they'll wear all their ugly red, white, and blue fashion abortions. That's patriotism to them. That's the extent of patriotism. Like the extent of their supposed love of life is what? What do they do? Oh, their fake love of fetuses. They hate fetuses too, because even if they loved fetuses, they would expand healthcare, right? But they don't. So we have the highest rate of infant mortality in the developed world because, life and family and everything that mom and apple pie and all that other shit, that bullshit. And that's why that's why we're enduring these lies, because reality can't, reality just proves what the depth of their depravity. And you can't fight with people who, when you tell them the truth and you show them the truth, they just dismiss it out of hand. Oh, you got that from the New York Times, or or some other publication that somehow all of a sudden doesn't pass muster because it tells the truth, which is a fucking fascist tactic right out of the Nazi playbook. And then you cry when you're told you're a fascist. Well, don't be a fascist. Just like you cry when you're called a racist. Well, don't be a racist. Jesus Christ. On a bike, I can't take it. Yes, thank you, Mark C. Nice to see you. Thank you for your super chat. Democracy. Yeah, it's worth the fight. And we better fight. And Obama. Why I keep saying Obama? And Biden better fight. Just like we better do something about this filth of a Supreme Court. And this filth of a bunch of flunkies. Well, one good thing is that Biden is filling a lot of, he's putting judges on the bench faster than Obama and Trump. So that's good. At least they know that. That to me says that Biden understands what the hell is going on. That he is alarmed. He's taking the historians' advice to heart that this country is teetering on the edge, that we are up against the greatest threats to America that we've had since the first Civil War. Oh no, but don't call them fascists. That's too mean. Please, give me a fucking break. We have to have a balanced media diet. Oh, fine. Well, give me a Republican outlet that isn't stocked to the brim with lies. And I'll stomach it for a minute. God. All right. So let's see. Where this article I was reading about hurricane relief votes and hypocrisy. Yeah. So, which started during Hurricane Katrina. Only 11 House Republicans voted against the $50 billion plus package, but others cautioned that they'd be drawing a harder line moving forward. particularly if the spending wasn't offset with cuts somewhere. Like, you see how what useless little nothings these people are, because they could tell their dumbasses, see, we're being fiscal. You see, we're fiscal. We have to have cuts somewhere. The government is spending too much. It's just, you don't do that in your own family. You have to have, you have to tighten your belt. Never mind the fact that a government budget isn't like a family budget, okay? Because especially the United States government, where we can print our own fucking money, right? How about we just make shit function without your little fake ass fiscal bullshit? Because you know you're not fiscal. If you were, you wouldn't constantly vote to funnel more money into the pockets of people who wouldn't spend it in 10,000 lifetimes. Okay? They do, and you're doing it for the sole purpose of destroying democracy. And I really wish President Biden would explain that to people, that you can't have democracy and concentrated wealth at the same time. That's it. We have, like Justice Louis Brandeis said, we must make our choice. We can either have democracy or we can have concentrated wealth in the hands of a few, but we can't have both. God damn it. After the Tea Party movement took hold around 2010, another fake-ass astroturf goddamn nightmare we had to endure, members began to hold that line. A $9.7 billion flood relief for Hurricane Sandy was considered non-controversial, even passing by voice vote in the Senate. But 67 House Republicans voted against it, including Desantis. Then came a larger $50 billion Sandy bill. Fully 36 Senate Republicans voted against it. That's in the Senate, right? So it's even worse, right? As did 179 House Republicans. So they added more than 100 votes against it. The vast majority of GOP contingents in both chambers, including Desantis, they objected not just because the spending wasn't offset, but because they viewed it as too large. Here, that's large. I mean, I hate them. Well, we don't see this, right? With President Biden now, we don't see this with Democrats. They don't do that. They're not petty little tyrants like Republicans. They're actually trying to govern the United States, not just the blue states. Much to my goddamn chagrin. No, I'm only kidding, because I know we have normal people all over the place. It just makes me mad. I wish all the normal... I mean, get out. Go to the villages or something. Go to the villages and secede. Get lost. Leave us alone. And then you could have you can have your king. You could have Ginny Thomas on your Ginny Thomas and Judge Aileen Cannon. You can have your fake ass little freedom. You can walk around with guns. You can kill each other in the streets for all. You can wear no mask. You could go and die of coronavirus. Think about it. Think about the freedom. Oh, God. The freedom for us, frankly. That would really own the libs if you seceded. I know I would be thoroughly owned. The vast majority, yeah. They objected not just because of the spending was an offset, but because they viewed it as too large and not sufficiently targeted. Yeah, because they know so much about what's needed, right? That's what it meant. I thought it was all about local control. Local. Oh, that's the other thing he said. It was all coming back to me. Oh, everything should be local. That's another right-wing thing. It should all be local control. We should all vote on our what every town needs. No. Some things, yeah, maybe you can vote on your sewer system or whatever the hell, but not on people's rights. You fucking troll. That's why we have a constitution, to protect people from the tyranny of the majority. So they don't go have all get together and say, hey, yeah, we don't like those gays. Let's go get them. But they do anyway. By the time, now trans, of course. By the time 2017 rolled around, DeSantis wasn't the only one who didn't seem to be holding as hard a line, despite the bill lacking such spending offsets. You see? Because it's all about them. The GOP votes no on a $36.5 billion aid bill for Hurricane Harvey, Irma, and Maria. Yep. Such votes show how malleable such principles can be, depending on whether the disaster strikes. Oh my God. For instance, only 3 of the 18 House Republicans from Florida voted for the larger Sandy bill, but every single one of them voted for the 2017 bill that aided their own home state. Likewise, of the 49 House GOP yes votes on the larger Sandy bill, nearly half came from states that were directly affected, including every Republican from New Jersey and New York. One of those New Jersey Republicans was Scott Garrett, who actually introduced the smaller Sandy bill. Just 8 years before, he'd been one of the 11 Republicans who voted against the Hurricane Katrina package. Jesus Christ. If you comb through all the votes, you'll notice that the larger Sandy bill aside, lawmakers who come from states that are particularly vulnerable to hurricanes are generally less likely to be among hardliners. Perhaps owing the fact that they know their states could be next. That's where DeSantis's votes stand out. On the first Sandy bill, he was one of just 2 Florida Republicans to vote no. It's a stand that served his notice of intent to legislate as a Tea Party conservative. Yes. We're reading about DeSantis's hypocrisy. But because he cast that vote, his vote against the Hurricane Sandy bill, just one day after being sworn into Congress. And okay, whatever. We get the hint here. We see the point. It's just I'm thinking about DeSantis's face right now. That hung dog looking face of it's so dumb looking. Dull. That's what he has. He has the dull, dead look of a ugh. Yeah, that's it. Just a ugh. Disgusting. And people are going to vote for him again. They will continue to vote for him. They'll vote for Rick Scott. They'll vote for Marco Rubio. They'll vote for Matt Gaetz. These horrible people who have no business being in government because they hate government. And if they hate government, that means they hate democracy. And if they hate democracy, that means they hate America. You see? Enough. But they're just liars. Here's a interesting article from the Texas Observer. And it's titled, "A Party Built Entirely on Lies. From spreading election misinformation to investigating the parents of transgender kids for child abuse, the Texas GOP doesn't merit even a lone star." This is from Wendy Gordon. Come on, where is it? Hold on. It just goddamn gave me a paywall. Hold on 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. There we go. If Texas Republicans were a restaurant, I'd complain to the manager. If I were a teacher grading their work, they'd get an F. In other words, Republicans don't even deserve a lone star rating at this point. Meaning, 1 star. The GOP's false statements, unethical behavior, and support of unjust laws and policies continue to jeopardize the health and safety of Texans and everyone else in multiple ways. This article takes an in-depth look at 3 particularly egregious examples and the irreparable harm they cause. From their false statements after the massacre in Uvalde to the party's continued support of the big lie that widespread voter fraud in the 2020 presidential election is the reason President Biden won, Republicans have made dishonesty their official policy. Efforts to have parents of transgender kids investigated for abuse are similarly built on lies and fear-mongering about young LGBTQ plus people and the physician-approved medical care they may receive, which is none of their fucking business. What? Look at this camera. I know, it's like, it's making me look very bronze and shiny. Am I shiny? Before taking a detailed look at those 3 examples, it's important to note that they are a small part of a much larger pattern. Texas Republicans have expressed support for numerous other proposals that would endanger the health and safety of residents. Hold on a second. I'm just looking at the time. If you doubt that, read the GOP's official 2022 platform, which is incredible that they have a platform. I guess they were shamed. That was it. Because they didn't have a platform at their convention, and they were shamed about it. That everyone wrote that their platform is kissing Trump's taint and licking it very hard. And now they have a platform which is really a joke, but we should go through that. Actually, that would be fun. So here's a few of its many recommendations. Repeal all federal and local minimum wage and mandatory sick leave laws. Yes, and people are going to vote for them, right? We're the only country of all of our democratic partners, all the Western democracies, that have absolutely zero federal sick leave, okay, at all. And they want to repeal it, because it's holding business back, according to them. See, business, it doesn't matter what it's all about who, the rich. It's about the rich getting richer. That's it. It doesn't matter, what kind of society. If this doesn't tell you that they hate democracy, what else? What's it going to take? Because they want you nice and desperate. The more desperate, the better. That's why they want it. Hey, some guy's gonna pay you $1 to, dig a ditch. Why should he have to pay you $15 an hour? You're nothing. You are dirt. If you were meant to make money or meant to have a roof over your head and live a decent middle class life, why weren't you born with your father in the real estate business and a $50 million trust fund that you bankrupted 3 times and then lied to everyone saying that you took $1 million loan that you paid back after what? Your father bailed you out? I think it was 5 times after you bankrupted it. Okay, here's another one. Repeal all hate crime laws. Of course, because hate is all you have. Republicans, when they take away your sick leave and they make you work for dirt, the only thing you're going to have is hate. And they need you to be able to act out on that, to keep us fighting each other and to keep the racist division going. That's it. Right? When you have nothing to cling to, hate is all you have. They don't want you getting too uppity, thinking you could take a sick day. And then they're going to tell you it's somebody with darker pigment. That's where your problem comes from. If it weren't for these people with darker pigment, you know who's coming over here. You saw him. You saw him jump down. Now you see him. It's Tara Jr. Jr. Say hello. You've enjoyed him in such Tarabuster episodes as Get Off My Keyboard and The Producer Strikes Back. And now he's here again, being a pain in my ass. Okay, here we go. What else is new? Repeal the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act. That again. You see what I mean? Because they have nothing. They got nothing to offer. So here we go again with this fucking repeal Obamacare shit. But of course, don't worry. Your pre-existing conditions, protections will be everything will be great. Who's in timeout? Do I need to? I'm so glad I have Jim and Haiku taking care of business in the chat room. Let's see. Somebody's in timeout. It's okay, man. What'd you do to the moderators are fair. If you're in timeout, it's because you earned it. Abolish many federal entities, including the EPA, the TSA. Can you believe that? Why? So we can, bring bombs on planes? The FDA, because they want you to eat shit. We know that. Right? That's what Trump did. He rolled back all kinds of food standards, allowing feces into the food supply. All right, we're reading parts of the Republican platform. So they want to abolish the EPA, the TSA. All right, Junior. Get over there. Stay. The FDA, the CDC, of course, Of course, because, they wanted us to wear masks and freedom. They, 1,000,000 dead. That's nothing. Yes, absolutely not. What's your opinion, Levi? What did you say? You're voicing your opinion? What was it? I'm a bitch, a dyke. Or what? Stupid. I'm a stupid. Yeah, exactly. My opinion is, I'd like to hear what your opinion was. That you're so upset that you can't voice. Was it your Trump won? I don't know. Yes, the other one they want to abolish is OSHA, Occupation and Safety. What was it? What's the OSHA standard? That's the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Yeah, because you're supposed to work in a sweatshop. That's freedom. See, they're not just rolling back the New Deal. They want to roll back everything. The American Revolution, right back to the Dark Ages. And, of course, a new one for their repertoire. Prohibit all gender-affirming medical care for transgender kids under 21. Fuck you. As if, under 21. But you can buy an assault weapon when you're 18, so don't worry about that. They got your backs. But whether you are able to, live your life, whether a family is going to make a decision for their child and say, yeah, I don't want my kid killing themselves. So we're going to, support our child, as has been going on for however long, and Republicans all of a sudden have a problem with it. Since the whole gay bashing wasn't getting the same bang for its buck, just standard gay bashing. So they have to go with trans bashing since, there's a lot more confusion and misinformation out there. So rather than bringing light to the table or just shutting their mouths, they, have to kick down on this particular targeted minority group. Because that's what Republicans do. They never, ever stand up for the underdog. They'll never do that. They will always kick down on the powerless and unconnected. They'll never. And trust me, in years to come, when future generations look back at this time and they see the hate that the Republicans foster and fester and stir up against trans people, of course, future generations will be, repulsed, as they should be, by the Republicans, as we are repulsed when we look back in time and see how, some of the most disgusting episodes in American history, or in human history, I should say, not just American history, but the way people thought or just considered slavery a normal and not non-controversial thing, that some people, as Rush Limbaugh said, some people are born to be slaves. And one day in the future, people will look back and they'll say, that's disgusting, about Republicans bashing trans people. And at that time, in the future, these conservatives will distance themselves from their past behavior, and they'll be on to vilifying something else and causing confusion and hatred and stirring up the mob against some other group. You better believe it. Yeah, where's Levi? Did he run? Because he couldn't call me a dyke? Is that what happened? That was his opinion. I don't care. It's true. My opinion's not welcome here. What's your opinion? Is it stupid? I would have to say it is. I was just curious what it was. Oh, and the other thing, I'm thinking about that other show now. Again, when he was talking about Jeffrey Epstein. And the whole thing about Jeffrey Epstein was because they were, he was trying to say that it wasn't being reported in the liberal media because, Clinton killed Jeffrey Epstein. That's the underlying theme there. Is that he stated a preference, not an opinion? He said Trump and DeSantis? Was that his preference? Whatever. Well, he must be a loser then, and a dumbass, and somebody who likes. Maybe he's a masochist. Probably a racist. Yeah. Oh, I bet you're gonna call me racist now. Yeah, if you are, when somebody votes in league with the KKK and Nazis, I would say that's pretty racist. I just like the fiscals. I like the fiscals of the Nazis. Really? What do you like about more money in the hands of the rich? Oh, you like because it makes the libs mad. And it fucks over people with darker pigment somehow. They don't get services and then they get hurt and you just like that. Because you're totally not racist. Okay. So those are just some of the ideas on the Republican platform. Those ideas are alarming, but haven't been implemented yet, although we're already beginning to see the proposed legislation based on them. The 3 examples of false claims with dangerous consequences described already occurred with devastating results. These lies continue to be repeated by Texas Republicans and cause additional harm. So here we go. Their cowardly response to the school shooting in Uvalde. Okay, and we'll get into this more. The 18-year-old school shooter in Uvalde killed 19 kids and 2 teachers using assault rifles and ammunition purchased legally. Despite that fact, Texas Republican leaders claimed that stricter gun laws wouldn't help. They also insisted that providing more armed guards or arming teachers would, which, okay, reminds me, I had this here. Here's Ted Cruz.
We want to keep our kids safe, and I desperately want to keep our kids safe. The most effective step we can do is have police officers there to protect them, who can intercept a mass murderer before he gets into the school and stop them.
Which is bullshit. In fact, numerous studies show that schools with armed police officers have a higher incidence of gun violence. So, as armed police have risen in general over the years, so have school shootings. Republicans don't want to solve our problems. They want to line their own pockets and make money for themselves and their rich pals. And you know what? They hate America. They hate democracy. But we will win. We are on the right side of history. I fucked that up. That took that too long. We're on the right side of decency, dignity, democracy. Who cares? That's the end of the Progressive Voices show. And it came by pretty quickly. How the hell? Okay, we'll just get back to this clip.
Okay, why didn't it? Okay, you're right. It didn't happen. And why didn't it happen? Because when that lunatic got to the school in Uvalde, there wasn't a police officer on campus.
Okay. This is Ted Cruz being booed, of course. He was being challenged by the people in the audience. And like I was just saying, the here we go. Where is it? The amount of, okay. The fact that Ted Cruz and the Republicans are promoting this bullshit only reiterates exactly what we've been saying on every show, is that they have no interest in actually solving problems. Ted Cruz knows the same things we know. He knows that armed police officers in schools don't prevent school shootings. But that's his answer? More guns in schools, more armed police officers. Even though, how many police officers showed up in Uvalde and still did nothing for hours while the massacre continued? And like I just was saying before I was rudely interrupted by my music, the statistics and the research shows that it has absolutely no impact. And in fact, it makes, I don't know, for some reason, the presence of armed, I'm trying to find the goddamn article. Let's see. Here we go. Armed campus police do not prevent school shootings. Research shows. Multiple studies have found that there is no association between the presence of armed officers in schools and the deterrence of violence. Ted Cruz has blamed others for politicizing the school shooting in Uvalde to advance discussions about gun violence. To Cruz, the answer is simple. And we just played it, More cops in schools, more guns. Inevitably, when there's a murder of this kind, you see politicians try to politicize it. You see Democrats and a lot of folks in the media whose immediate solution is to try to restrict the constitutional rights. Yeah, what about your constitutional right to live? You don't have the constitutional right to what? To have an 18-year-old with an assault weapon? That's your constitutional right? No, his constitutional right is to join a well-fucking-regulated militia. Fuck. What part of well-regulated militia don't these scums understand? But it's, we know. It is true that we know from past experience it's the most effective tool for keeping kids safe is armed law, or is it true? Is it that, keeping kids safe is armed law enforcement on campus? The answer is no. Whether it is anecdotal evidence or broad research-based evidence, there is little to support Cruz's claim. What else is new? Let's start with Uvalde. Oh, shit. Oh, what just happened? Oh, I thought my restream stopped. It's the chat that stopped. Because I just got a message that popped up that said restream something. But we're still going. I'm sorry, Mark says, I'm using the F-bomb more and more these days. Maybe that's me. Is that my influence on you? I keep saying I'm not going to do it, but it comes out. I can't help it. Doing the show and reading everything about and having to deal with Republicans and, right? And I'm like, I can't stop now. God damn it. Now I lost it. Anyway, the point is, Ted Cruz is lying again. And it's completely disgusting. Here's another clip from the same event.
Look, if you have a solution to stop the deranged, evil murderer, I'd love to hear it. My solution is throw him in jail and stop the felons, the fugitives, those with mental illness, stop them before they commit these crimes. There are some we won't know about beforehand, and the single best step to stop them is have armed officers on campus that can stop them before they kill our kids. But look, instead, you guys can instead sing Kumbaya with them and hope they'll just stop.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
What you're proposing doesn't work.
The woman in the audience said 18-year-old boys don't need an AR-15. But you see how he goes right to, you guys can, if you want to sing Kumbaya with him, as if those are the choices. Either we have armed guards in schools, which numerous research and studies as well as anecdotal evidence show that it has zero effect on school shootings, on whether they occur or not. It has no effect. And in fact, the more prevalent as armed officers have become more prevalent across schools throughout the United States, the incidences of school shootings have also increased. So it has no bearing on it. So let's do more of that. So as if these are the choices. Either you have armed guards or you sing Kumbaya. But that's because he couldn't say, if you want to get all woke and shit, right? He could. That's the acceptable alternative, I suppose. But he goes right to this talking point, this bullshit, from one bullshit talking point to another. Yes, either we have armed guards to protect kids, or we sing Kumbaya with the school shooter. Fuck you. You say, this is why I cannot stand Republicans. What are you doing voting for somebody like Ted Cruz? Why? Why would you vote for Ted Cruz? He doesn't want to do a goddamn thing except his stupid podcast. And he could give a shit how many people die, how many kids die, how many women die in back alleys, if democracy itself dies. He's the one who encouraged the fucking big lie, who validated it for the rest of his fellow traitors. who is such a scumbag that the con man could call his wife ugly on the international stage, and he's going to go suck his ass. These people have zero integrity, and you vote for him? And he, in the face of murdered children, this disgusting, melted fucking candle looking freak, goes in front of his constituents and sows and peddles more lies. Oh, you want to sing Kumbaya with them? I want to put armed guards there that do absolutely nothing, so I could pretend I'm doing something. So I could shut you up and put my head down and fuck off to Cancun until the next school shooting and hope to God it's not in my state, right? Because that's who these freaks are. These dishonorable, anti-American, anti-democratic, anti-life, unpatriotic, selfish, narcissistic ghouls, sycophants, cowards, liars. Oh, that's your solution to school shootings. A solution, a non-solution. A solution, it's just like, Oh, you dead kids? You know, he didn't go to one funeral, Ted Cruz. Oh, he went on a podcast. He went on Fox News. He went on, places. He went all the places he needed to not do his job. He's a fucking podcaster. And a bad one. He's a lying prick. But people will vote for him. But let's figure out why. Because let's talk. Meet each other halfway. Yes, I would rather have a politician that maybe does something, that sees a problem, that actually addresses it, that doesn't say, that doesn't say bullshit, that doesn't have any bearing on reality. All he's doing, yet again, is lining his own pockets. A selfish scumbag. No wonder, the trust in government. This is what Republicans have sown. It's the result of money in politics. That's Ted Cruz. You better believe that if Ted Cruz wasn't getting paid by his big moneyed masters, he would not be in government. He would be doing something else that would satisfy his narcissistic supply, his need for narcissistic supply. His selfishness, his corruption. He is as corrupt as he is tall, from the tip of his fucking head to the tippy toes. He is corrupt. Yeah, of course he is. But I don't understand what's worse. He is what he is. But why do you put it in power? Why do you put that in power? You put somebody in power that sees these school shootings, and then he comes with this complete bullshit answer. It is to dismiss the people who have actual concerns, that have to live in the in the environment that these Republicans make, that they create for us. We have to live in the consequences. Oh, he's safe and secure, but he'll make his commercial. Yum, yum, machine gun bacon. Oh, that's your constitutional right. No, it's not. No, it's not, you piece of dirt. Your constitutional right is to join a well-regulated militia. And that's not a bunch of fuckers trying to stuff their beer bellies into BDUs on once in a while so they could go scream in somebody's faces at Walmart about wearing a mask. Oh, thank God the freedom's back. That's the National Guard. Do you want to go suck an M16? Join the National Guard. I don't get it. You see, the whole thing is that we have allowed these people too much credence. You know, we all the while they have done nothing but swirl the bottom of the bowl. You know, lick it and swirl the drain and try to drag us all down with them. We've left them alone. We've been like, let's be respectful of them. Everybody has the right to an opinion. Well, you certainly have the right to your opinion. You don't have the right to your facts. You don't have a right to reality. To reinvent reality. Who thinks all gun owners are militia? That's just wrong. She thinks no, honey. Oh no, I hate these people. She thinks all gun owners are militia? No, I don't, bitch. I said, you want to fucking suckle an M16? Go join the well-regulated militia. LOL. Oh my God. My God, you're such a moron. That's why they put you in timeout. When did I say all gun owners are militia? That's just wrong. Are you a... What, that's... You put the cotton in your mouth. Take it out of your ears and put it in your mouth. That's the old saying. God in heaven, these people. This is what I'm talking about. The tediousness of the stupidity of right-wingers clinging to whatever. I don't even know what the hell you're saying. You're clearly not listening. Exactly. Thank you, Haiku. It's like not listening, but lots of bullshit just coming out. What I said all gun owners are militia? Who the fuck? I mean, are you as dumb? Yes, you are. You must be dumb because he's the guy that wrote Trump and Desantis 2024. That there's nothing dumber than that, except maybe throwing in Marjorie Taylor Greene or perjury, traitor Greene, I should say. All gun owners. I think, I joined the National Guard. Why don't you go play with your M16? I don't understand. You gotta put your beer belly in a. You wanna crawl around in some dirt in a BDU. That's not a militia. The militia is the National Guard. That's the well-regulated militia. I don't know what part of well-regulated is so confusing to you traitors. I don't get it. LOL. I love and that's the other thing that they're so tedious too. LOL. Like you're really laughing out loud. LOL. Sure you are. You only laugh when some, old lady has to eat cat food. That's when you laugh. Or when maybe some trans kid kills themselves, right? That's when you LOL, right? Or maybe the last shooting. Maybe when all those kids went to their cold early graves. You were like, LOL. That's my freedom. And you're wrong, of course. Jesus. I know. They don't listen as well as they hear. That's for sure. And they just to take words. She said militia and she said gun. So that means she said all gun owners are militia. LOL. I mean, nothing of the sort, but okay. You could say, go away. Go back to 4chan. But the thing is, I'm encouraging the person by pointing them out because they probably haven't had much attention from a woman. This is probably the most attention they've had from a woman since, they were born. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so in this article from the Texas Observer, Wendy Gorgon. Gorgon. What am I talking about? Gordon. Yes, these are the D students. Exactly, Haiku. They are, and the fact that they think they know things by osmosis as well. That they think they're well informed. Because why? Because they see a lot of memes. They read memes. They share a lot of memes with spurious quotes on it. They think they're free because, they wear a shirt with an eagle on it. They think that's freedom or patriotism. And they think the problems are because, some brown people just don't have fathers. They're so, it's just, that's why they need to be just shut up. And shut your mouths. Stop. Isn't it sad being a right-winger? Spending your limited lifespan as a right-winger. There are very sad ways to go through life. That's one of them. Your limited lifespan. You're going to be a right-winger. You're going to be a racist, a Nazi, a coward, an angry little troll who's like thinks their greatest accomplishment was that they were born white. Oh, and trust me, that person was white. Oh, if everybody just were believed in the patriarchal power structure, then America would be great again. DeSantis, they want to vote for DeSantis because he bans the books I don't read. He's the greatest walking troll ever. I love human traffickers. I love when people use their positions to make sure that nobody can wear a mask in a country where we've lost 1 million fellow Americans. Oh, but they love babies and children. Never mind all the orphans they created during the coronavirus. That's another epidemic or pandemic. Fucking disgusting. Shannon. Nice to see you, Shannon. So let's see. The cowardly response. Well, this article from the Texas Observer talking about a party built on lies. One is the cowardly response to the school shooting in Uvalde, which is disgusting, right? The whole thing. there's nothing more vile to me but to see the coffins, the little caskets of of our latest victims of conservatism in the country, where they're all painted airbrush paintings of the kids' faces with their favorite things on it, like softball, and one kid was a TikTok. She liked TikTok, so they put the TikTok on her casket. It's just, and they're like, "Oh, isn't that great? Isn't that wonderful? It's so sweet to have. It's so just what? Why that even has to be a thing? Sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and I'll think about the parents of the children who are massacred in our latest school shooting. And I think about them. How are they waking up this morning? You know, now everybody's moved on, but they'll never move on. And they have to get up in this country and they have to listen to the likes of Ted Cruz, make up excuses, put forward distractions over and over again. They can't even how could you find peace? Because one of the things that, helps us heal through tragedy is that we try to ensure that no one has to go through what we went through. Right? That's how people heal. That's how one of the reasons I know and we know that we're connected. Right? Human beings are interdependent, and we're meant to be to feel empathy for each other. That's how Mother Nature created us. And when we have pain, anything that happens, a tragedy, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a school shooting. You say, I hope that my experience can help someone else. That's why I'm sharing this. So someone else doesn't have to go through what I went through. But then you have to, these parents have to listen to Ted Cruz. And these parents, that's their senator. That's their fucking senator. And he is up there. He couldn't be bothered to go to any of these kids' funerals. But he's up there lying. Saying, you know what's going to happen? We need to have more armed guards. Even though he knows that makes not a whit of difference. And he wants to have more people, ensure that more people can get assault weapons, even though they're not in a well-regulated militia. Or they haven't joined the well-regulated militia, National Guard. But they should have an assault weapon? I mean, who the fuck is coming to your house? Oh, it's for home protection. What, are we in The Walking Dead? Get a handgun. You want to protect yourself. That used to be considered enough. Isn't that what the Supreme Court ruled? You can have a handgun in your house. Why do you need a fucking assault weapon? Who is storming your home? Are you that much of a coward? Or are you sick? Because if you need an assault weapon, the only reason you need it is because you want to kill other people. You want to kill people. And that's the thing with these Republicans. Oh, and they keep saying, the new one with these January 6th traitors is that, because they're trying to, and all over the country, in fact, a few of the, I'm just looking at the time. We're running out of time. There are, now the precedent is set, but let me see. Where is it? There's a couple of these Republicans have been, a judge rules that they can't run for office because they engaged in insurrection. And and they're fighting back, saying, let's see, engaged, which is what they did. Not just one judge, a few judges. Oh, but they must be. I mean, not judges like Aileen Cannon, unfit, like actual judges. Like, for example, where is this? Judge in New Mexico removed the county commissioner because he participated in the January 6th attack on the Capitol. So, New Mexico judge... Oh, shit. Stupid thing. Francis Matthew barred Otero County Commissioner and Cowboys for Trump co-founder Coy Griffin, citing the clause in the 14th Amendment about engaging in an insurrection. So anyway, but they're appealing on the grounds that he's allowed to engage in insurrection because because of the Second Amendment allows. That's not what the Second Amendment allows. The Second Amendment, see, this is a result of the fact that normal people, liberals, Democrats, progressives, that we allow the lies to lay in the ground without challenging them, and then they stink everything up. And so for over time, where Republicans have said things like, I'm allowed that the Second Amendment is to overthrow the government, people haven't responded. It's just like, that's the outlier. That's the fringe. That's some fucking dumbass fringe. And it is the furthest thing from the truth that the Second Amendment allows you to overthrow the government with violence. That's not what the Second Amendment is for. The government, the founders did not just fight a revolution and create a government so it could just be overthrown by people who don't agree on the laws the government made, right? We have a mechanism to overthrow the government. It's called an election. That's what the founders put in the Constitution, right? It's not so we could go and shoot our representatives when we're upset that they passed Obamacare, because they're told that brown people might get health care now. And that's the first step to Nazism. I mean, what kind of fucking stupid country is this? Right? That's it. And it just goes to show you how disgusting Republicans are. Just thinking about their assault on Obamacare, which was nothing. It's regulated insurance industry that they like. They like it. They want their pre-existing conditions protections, but they're so stupid that they don't understand that no, you'd never had those protections before Obamacare. They think that all of a sudden we had pre-existing conditions protections because the insurance racket was feeling generous. Just like they think we had, a weekend or an 8-hour workday because the rich felt like trickling it. When they get their pre-existing conditions protection, then all of a sudden they're like, wow, I like this shit. And then the Republicans come out with all their ads. We will always protect your pre-existing conditions. No, you won't. You never did. You never did. You never will. And that's why you count on the stupidity of the people who vote for you. You count on their stupidity and their racism. And the only reason these idiots keep voting for you is because you tell them that when Democrats pass Obamacare, that means they want to take your freedom. They want to put you on a death panel. Right? That's what they told them. They told them, no, you're not getting health care that has pre-existing conditions protections and the fact that now they can't kick you off when you get sick and that there's no more lifetime caps. They think that this all came by osmosis. But they didn't like the mandate. Oh, you can't mandate me because, just like you can't you bullshit. You can't mandate. I live in New York. We live in this country. You have to, if you want to drive a car, you got to get insurance. That's a fucking mandate. You scummy scums. I'm sick of them. And then they're like, I don't like this mandate. Right? But they like all the other provisions, which is why we needed the mandate. I'm so sick of it. God. Anybody, I need help here. Go and become a patron at patreon.com/TaraDevlin. Don't worry, we will win. Because I'm not going to stop. We're on the right side of history, damn it. We're on the right side of decency, dignity, and democracy. We're on the right side of humanity, intelligence, morality. We stick together, we win. My name is Tara Devlin. I'll see you soon. All right. God, I'm just thinking about it all. Makes me want to puke. Excuse me. Hold on. Can you believe this country? I just can't believe this. What the fuck? What the fuckity fuck? There's so many. I'm sorry, guys. I was all over the place tonight. Really bad. Because I'm just pissed off. Holy shit. God help us. We need help, man. Yep. All right, listen. I gotta go because I gotta go take care of these cats in my bedroom. A little salty and spicy. The little rescues that are in my bedroom. Let's see. I'll show you a picture. Spicy has somebody who is going to give him a home. Even though he's a spicy little bastard. But Salty. Here's Salty. Look how cute she is. She's very good. Salty needs a home. Salty needs a forever home. She'll be ready in about 3 weeks. She'll be about 5 months old. 5 to 6, probably. But she's a doll. She's a goddamn doll. She's very cute. But, all right. They're doing good. They're doing better. Much better. They're less spicy and salty, but also, they're not they still have a few weeks of humanism ahead of them. They're better. They're playing now, and yeah, she is adorable. She really is. She's got a great disposition. Very cute. She's very sweet. I'm not just saying that. And she's very cuddly. You could pick her up, kiss her, hold her like a baby. She doesn't lash out. She's a good girl. She's a good little girl. So she needs a good... No, she's not as hissy and not as pissy, Winston. Not at all. They haven't hissed in a while now. They're not hissing, but they're still kind of like, are you gonna eat me? Or what? You know? But they are playing more. I'm able to play. Like, I'll play with them. I'll have a little feather. And she kind of starts playing. And then she looks and like, should I be playing this now? Are you going to eat me? She can't control herself, though. She'll stop playing. And then she'll remember, oh, wait a minute. You. Yeah. They'll be fine. I have no doubt. And when they get there, they'll be getting fixed in a couple of weeks. And then Spicy's going to his forever home. Salty will be going to her forever home, but that home hasn't been decided yet. I'm sure we'll find somebody for her. Of course, we're working on it. But it has to be a good home. You know, we can't just give it to anybody. You got to make sure it's a good person. You know, we vet them and all, so they're not monsters. They're not like that guy Levi. I'm just kidding. All right, listen. Yes, playing is a big thing. That's right. Thank you, Winston. It's true that they weren't playing is very sad, but they weren't playing for a while. Now they're playing. So that's good. They're comfortable. Or more comfortable. All right, guys. I gotta go. I gotta get unconscious. Well, I have to hang out with Salty and Spicy a little bit. And then I have to get unconscious. Maybe I'll put some Salty and Spicy pictures on the Discord page while I'm out there playing with them. All right, my friends. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for all your support and for your super chats and your moral support. And like I said, we will win. It's going to get better. And I'll get more focused. I got to get focused sometimes. Just too much processing. Anyway, of that other interview from the other day. All right, we will win, guys. You know that. Thank you so much for hanging out. We are... Oh, hi, Trucker. Trucker John has a show. And you could find the link in the Discord page. Put the link in the chat there, Trucker. And everybody should subscribe to Trucker John's show. Hit the like and subscribe. All right, guys. Uh-oh, here comes Junior. We will win. We're on the right side of history. Uh-oh, shit. Here he comes. Here he comes. Ah, gotcha. All right, hold on. We're on the right side of... Look at the camera. All right, hold on. Decency. I'm sorry. Dignity. And democracy. My name is Tara Devlin. All right. And I'll see you. I'll see you all very soon. You better believe it. Hey, where's my thing here? Hold on. Oh, Junior. Now I lost it. What the hell, man? Here we go. All right. I'll see you very soon.